Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Lakakuta Shalom to the 144,000 the rest of you left out there. Shalom to you all. And I'm gonna entitle this video, "These two are set up to bring confusion." So I'm just gonna let it play. I don't know how far I'm gonna go with this.
Someone said, she just got a crumb. Okay. So when Christ was going around to the children of Israel and healing them, was he just giving them crumbs as well? Will we say that too?
Right. What say you guys, YouTube? We got over 100 people on the YouTube right now.
Mm-hmm.
For those who say he only gave the Canaanite woman a crumb because he healed her daughter.
She was not a Canaanite woman. She was not a Canaanite woman. She was an Israelite woman. It said the woman was a Greek. When you look up the term Greek, New Testament, capital Greek. You look at each. Matter of fact, we'll go to it. We're not going to talk about it. We're going to go to it. These guys took the bag. Okay, where are these guys at? Give me a second, y'all. Let me just X these out. Give me a second. Just wait a second. There we go. Like I said, that woman was a Greek, a Syrophoenician by nation. She was an Israelite. That was not a part of, he came for the Judah first, the kingdom of Judah, and then the rest of Israel, meaning the ones that stayed in that region of the world, and their parents, they were experiencing what the Antiochus Epiphanes did, and forcing them to not call themselves Jews. So I'm just going to look up the word Greek. Here we go, very first scripture. Mark 7:26. The woman was a Greek, a Syrophoenician by nation, and she besought him that he would cast forth the devil out of her daughter. Now remember, Herod met the Messiah, and he was excited to meet. He anticipated the meeting he was going to have with the Messiah. And when he encountered, what Herod said was maybe he will perform a miracle. That's what his fame was based upon, the miracles that he did. So he was excited to meet this guy that can perform these miracles. I may go to it, I may not. Somebody could put it in the chat or the comment section of this video, of course. And when the Lord met him, when they met, the Lord just ignored him. And he sent, I believe he was buffeted by the personal army of Herod. Just like Trump has his personal army, which is ICE. ICE agents are doing the bidding of Nero. So they buffeted him, and then he sent him back to Pilate. And that's in the scriptures. Like I said, I may go into it. If I don't, somebody put it up. So when a heathen come up and encounter the Messiah, is he supposed to talk to him? No, he don't have to talk to him. So why did he talk to this woman and eventually heal this woman's daughter, and totally ignore Herod? Because Herod was an Edomite, and this woman that was a Greek was an Israelite, like a Cornelius. Luke 23:38, and a subscription also is written over him in letters of Greek and Latin and Hebrew. Why Greek, Latin, and Hebrew? Because you had Israelites that were speaking Greek. You had Israelites that didn't know that they were Israelites that were only speaking Greek. Because if that's the case, if they're going by this logic that the woman was a Greek or Canaanite woman, you can't be a Greek, which is an Edomite, and a Canaanite at the same goddamn time. It says a Syrophoenician. Let me break this down. Syrophoenician is a compound word. Phoenician is a Greek way of saying Canaanites. The woman was a Greek, a Hellenist. That's a feminine, if I'm not mistaken. Let me click on this. It's feminine for a Helen, right? Feminine noun. Feminine, Helene. Then you got Hellenistas, which is I'll go to it in a minute. I'm not gonna try to explain it. So this would mean a woman Greek, a great Greek in the feminine sense, meaning a Greek like Timothy's father was a Greek. Same word. It'll probably come up in this list. I want to look up the word Syrophoenician. When the scriptures speak about in the New Testament, the Syrophoenicians, those were Canaanites. That's a Greek way of saying Canaanites. Okay, Syrophoenician, exalted palm, the name of a mixed nation, half Phoenician, which are Canaanites, and half Syrians. Syrophoenicians as a combination of the two. Okay, it says written over, a subscription also is written over him in letters of Greek, Latin, and Hebrew. This is the King of the Jews. And this was not for Edomites to read it. It was for Israelites that were in a Gentile state of mind and read it, that would read it and come out of that fold. Latin, you had Israelites that spoke Latin, that were born in Rome. John 17:20. This title then read, many of the Jews, for the place where the Most High was crucified was nigh to the city, and it was written in Hebrew and Greek and in Latin. And it was a mockery. This, behold, your king. Look at him. He's being crucified. Acts. So that means based upon these two guys' logic, these two sellouts' logic, Timothy's father would have to be of another nation. Because it's the same word, Greek, capital G, lowercase r, K. And we know he was an Israelite. Right, it says his father was a Greek. And Christians say, well, wait a minute, Timothy wasn't an Israelite, he was a Greek, because the Greeks in the New Testament are Israelites like Cornelius. Cornelius would be classified as a Greek. Acts 21 verse 37, and as Paul was led into the castle, you got to read verses above that because they wanted to kill him for bringing the Greeks into the inner. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and open that up. Let me just open that up. This is why it's exhausting to waste your time talking to a Christian, because they don't understand the meaning of these words. Gotta do a lot of reading. I just want to get the act that almost caused him to get put to death. Crying out, men of Israel, help. I'm trying to get Paul seized in the temple, but we got to get the act. Then Paul looked at the man, and the next day purified himself and entered into the temple and signified, accomplish the days of purification until the offering. I don't want that. As touching the Gentiles which believe. The Gentiles which believe are Israelites that was not raised up as an Israelite, a Jew. We have written and concluded that they observe no such thing save only that they keep themselves from things offered to idols, and from blood, and from strangled animals, and from fornication, which is adultery. So they didn't throw a truckload of laws on them. Then Paul took the men, and the next day they purified themselves with them, entered into the temple to signify the accomplishments of the day of purification. So he brought these heathens into the temple. So these Jews went crazy. They said they got these heathens coming in there, but those heathens were Israelites that were not circumcised, or they probably had bald heads. They had tattoos. They wasn't wearing the Hebrew regalia, the garments. So the one guy said, in the 28th verse, crying out, "Men of Israel, help! This is the man that teaches all men everywhere against the people and the law and this place." He's getting those heathens, he's bringing them in the temple, and he's saying you don't got to keep the law. Yeah, because it was about faith, believing. This IUIC pushes this law stuff. They only know one law, fringes. That's the only law that they know. So what are the laws? Put the fringes on. That's it, and you're good. And further brought Greeks or Israelites also into the temple and have polluted this holy place. You polluted this place by bringing in heathens. They were not actually heathens, although they were labeled as being heathens. This is why you cannot sit down. I don't know what Captain Zariak be doing, man. Going to them Christians. I don't know what, like, you really think, how many, this is for Captain Zariak. How many people, debates you had with Christians, and they said, you know what? I'm an Israelite, man. Forget that. None of them. Not a one. Not a one. Bishop Nate. How many Christians, you did the church blitz? Give me one Christian that said, I'm no longer Christian. I'm an Israelite now. You didn't get one, because you know how I know that? Because you would have had you would have had somebody testify. Well, this is the guy from this church in Alabama that said, I heard you speaking, and I'm an Israelite now. Not one. So you're not doing the will of the Heavenly Father. Okay, so now let's come on back. So how many precepts or scriptures did we read? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they all these Greeks. So what? But she's a Canaanite. She's a Canaanite. No, she's not a Canaanite. She's an Israelite. She's no different than the Israelites that Paul wanted to kill when he summoned them to go into the temple, and the Jews round about said he's polluting the temple with these heathens. They were not heathens, and he said you don't got to keep all the laws. Don't eat animals that are strangled. Don't eat the blood. Don't commit fornication, which is what? Which is adultery. But you're gonna get, you know who's gonna follow Genesis? Those people that don't study, that don't research. Those simple, like it says in Acts 17:5. Bases of the lower sort. They just follow a guy. Whatever the guy says, they just blindly follow it. They don't study to show themselves approved. Romans 1 verse 16, for I am not ashamed of the gospel of the Messiah, for it is the power of the Most High unto salvation to everyone that believeth, to the Jew first, and also to the Greek. Now they can use that. See? He did go to the Jews. You Israelites are right on that. But he also went to the Greeks, which are other no, those Greeks are perfect example, Cornelius. We did videos. We did countless videos on this simple topic. Romans 10 verse 12. For there is no difference between the Jew and the Greek. So now the Greek or the heathen is on the same level as the Jew. For the same Lord over all is rich unto all that call upon him. Those Greeks are Israelites. It's very simple. Galatians 2 verse 3. But neither Titus, who was with me, being a Greek. I guess he's an Edomite. So wait a minute. Timothy's going to make it because his father's a Greek. That makes him a Greek. The seed comes from the father. So Timothy's not an Israelite. He's a Greek. He's an Edomite. Titus, he's a Greek. Right? It says, but neither Titus, who was with me, being a Greek, was compelled to be circumcised. Well, oh no, he got to be of another nation. He don't want to get circumcised. Titus was a Jake that was raised up, not in the household of them that follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Galatians 3 verse 28. There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither bond nor free. There is neither male or female. For ye are all one. So that means everybody can make it. If you're Chinese and you call on Jesus, you can know. And this is a scripture that Vocab pulls up, because Vocab doesn't understand the scriptures. Colossians 3 verse 11. Where there is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision nor uncircumcision. See? Scythians. Scythians are Russians. Yes, the men that founded Russia are Israelites, barbarians and Scythians. Bound nor free, but the Messiah is all and in all. Revelation 9 verse 11. Now that's just a Greek tongue. That's just a language. So we know that these dudes done sold the fuck out. Here we go. Let's listen to a little bit more. I don't want to make this long. So really you got with all these different, you got these pop-up Israelites. You got these different sects of Israelites that come out of One West, and then you got people that broke off from the One West and started their own thing. So you got a lot of confusion. This is why this picture right here, this is the so-called Black Jesus, and you can make it now. This is what these two magpies are teaching, and they switched their whole shit up. This man doesn't wear fitted no more. He dresses like a pastor. He wears white what do you call that? Not a business suit, but he wears like a white shirt, traditional white shirt when you put a, jacket or a suit on. And he has he no longer has it fitted, but he's wearing glasses, and he got a bald ass head, and he got a beard. So he basically looks like a pastor. So these guys would definitely, somebody approached them. Because now they all got smiles on their faces. You know what? Because they can make it now. And this represents differing Israelite groups. So let's listen to a little bit more. I'm not going to make this long. And this is almost 4 hours.
Does that mean when he healed Israelites, he only gave them a crumb? You wouldn't say nothing that preposterous.
He gave this woman a crumb because she wasn't a person that was raised up as an Israelite. She was classified as a heathen-minded Israelite that was coming back in the fold. So he said, "Well, it's not your time." Well, wait a minute. Why didn't Yahushua go to Cornelius? Because it wasn't time for the Gentiles. The time for the Gentiles came after the Lord died and rose, and the ministry was put into the hands of the apostles. So it went over the apostle Peter's head with the whole Cornelius thing. Cornelius the man was an Israelite, but he was dressed up. He probably ate pork. Probably had no beard on his face. He probably looked like, Jake going to the military, they look like Esau. They got the jaw head haircut. The high and tight. They call it we call it the jaw head. No beard on their face, nothing like that. Not circumcised. Because some of them are not circumcised. Timothy got circumcised, so he wasn't born 8th day being circumcised. And Titus did not get circumcised. He said, "No, I ain't going to get circumcised." So Paul said, "Okay, there's no big deal." The people that the Gentiles that he brought into the temple to purify them, they weren't circumcised. He said, "You don't got to get circumcised. Don't worry about getting circumcised. Just don't commit fornication," which is adultery. It's very simple. That's why we're not going to sit down and have this back and forth discussion with somebody that can't see it. Just shut the fuck up, right? And listen to what we got to say. Now, if you have questions related to what we're talking about, then you're going to ask a question that is not related to nothing, like you're going to stump us. And the Most High gave us that spirit where we don't fuck around with people, man. We tell them what it is. If they can't get it, look, this ain't for you. You can go on down the street. This ain't for you, brother. Yeah, but you know what my uncle said? If you add the Quran, and you know that Muhammad did meet Jesus Christ, and there's a book called a Kibraniga, you can't deal with a person like that. You got to forget him.
Lash, what's going on? Lash, you're live.
We got to address Mark 7 as well. I think that's important. I forgot that. But Lash, go ahead.
Yeah, what's up? Hope everybody's doing well.
Hey, peace,
you got a
King.
question or comment?
Yeah, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is Jesus God?
He's not the Most High God. Are you a Muslim?
I am a monotheist.
I understand. Are you a Muslim? That's what I'm asking you.
I would say so, yes.
Okay, you're a Muslim. And
First of all, I wouldn't talk to him. I said, "Look, man, next caller." I already got rid of him. I ain't got nothing to say to a Muslim. A Muslim.
believe in the Bible?
Only the parts of it.
Why parts of it when the Quran tells you that if you doubt, you need to go to the Bible?
I have a question. No, I don't.
I understand, but I asked you a question.
I don't mind you asking me questions, but
I understand that you don't mind.
I came up here.
Last.
I came up here asking a question.
Okay, let's not make it a thing where we're talking over.
See, as soon as he said he was a Muslim, boom, next caller. We're not dealing with Islam. We're not dealing with y'all. Oh, I'm an atheist. We're not dealing with atheists. Oh, I'm a Baptist. We're not dealing with Baptists. We're only dealing with people that know that they're Israelites.
For each other. I have
exactly.
I have no problem answering your questions.
Okay, thank you.
Kind of evaded, And when I asked you, it's like yanking teeth with you. I asked you if you're a Muslim. You should be proud of your religion. Now, I asked you a
Yes.
question I'd like to follow up. You said you only believe in the parts of the Bible, only parts of it. The Quran tells you that if you
I know
doubt,
what the Quran told me.
okay, well, maybe you know, but, well, you truly don't know it or else you'd follow it. And maybe the people in the audience don't know.
Okay.
So here's what I would like to do. We have a specific topic that we're discussing right now. If you stay in the room, we'll bring you back up and we can discuss the Islamic dilemma. That's what I'd like.
I just have one question though.
Okay, make it short. Go ahead.
Okay. So if Jesus is God, right? And
I didn't say he's the Most High God. He's a God.
he's a God,
Yes, sir.
but he's a God. It doesn't matter if he's a smaller God
He's
or.
just looking. He's just trying to find something to disagree
just-
with us.
yeah,
But bro, we're not saying he's God, bro. Just
Okay,
stop.
what was he created?
Yes.
Yes.
So God was created.
Not the Most High God.
He's so
See,
stupid,
this is
man.
what happens when you allow this Muslim to stay on. As soon as he said I'm a Muslim, boom. I would his accent told on himself.
Hey, you're stupid. Bye. All right, next person. Whoever wants to come up next.
Who else wanna And
If
again,
not,
if
you
anybody disagrees with our interpretation of Matthew 15, now's your chance. Now's your chance. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it real quick and let's see what the true understanding is. Because I have questions too. I want to answer questions and then I want to return fire. Then I want to ask some questions. Because what's ironic about this is not only does the account of the encounter of Christ and the Canaanite woman not prove only Israelites can be saved, proves more than Israelites can be saved, especially when you look at both encounters. Sorry, both.
This proves that they clearly sold the fuck out. That's why these people are laughing. Because this guy, Joe Edomite, can make it. His father can make it. This half, whatever she is, Arab, whatever. This pretty little Edomite right here. This East Indian woman right here. This Haji, military, U.S. military call these motherfuckers Hajis. Yeah, they go over there to the Middle East, U.S. troops, and they disrespect the people over there. Call them a bunch of Hajis. They got that from the Bewitched series. Not Bewitched, I'm sorry, the Genie. Because the Master Genie was a Haji. Which, by the way, that the guy Haji, they show him every once in a while. That was the husband of Barbara Eden, which played Genie. You know, he was a Jake, straight up Jake from South America. You know, actor. But anyway, these guys they're no different than Tazadakia. No different than Tazadakia. You know. Well, Tazadakia didn't say anything about the heathens being saved, but he totally flipped the script, as they say. I'm not gonna listen no more of this. I can't listen. But if you guys want to listen, I'm pretty sure you can get a lot of topics. There's a lot of meat in this video right here. You got almost 4 hours of meat that you can chew up. Anyway, I'm gonna cut it short. I'm not gonna listen to no more. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me just do this. Let me go into the middle. Because it's going to be madness in the beginning, madness in the end, and madness in the middle. So let's go.
Brothers be trying to cut me on Gentile salvation. I'll open.
Hold on, everybody break. Maybe.
Let me come back.
Because my point is, when he says, 1 second, I was off in the UK.
So let me just get to the point. I'm not trying to make this funny. I'll get to the point. Because he answered her not. We see Christ healing Israelites all throughout the Gospels. You know, even when the woman who has an issue of blood for 12 years, she grabs his garment, and immediately she's healed. Why doesn't he answer her if this is an Israelite? Why does he ignore her? 3 times basically.
Because he wanted to.
I got a question. Oh, sorry, go ahead. My bad.
We'll just continue reading it. But he answered her not a word. And
The question is, why did he ultimately heal the daughter? Because she was an Israelite. Because if he said, "Oh, she's bothering me, I'm going to heal her daughter," well, Herod wanted to see a miracle too. So why didn't he give him a miracle? Why didn't he show him a miracle? He was happy to see the Messiah. So what's going on here?
And his disciples came and besought him, saying, "Send her away, for she cried after us." Then why did the disciples say, "Man, get this woman away from us"?
Because they don't know who she is.
But it says there's a woman of Canaan. Matthew wrote this. He knows it's a woman of Canaan.
It's not a woman of Canaan. It's not a woman of Canaan. It was an Israelite woman that was living in the land that they were all living in. Jerusalem was formerly known as Canaan.
Yeah, and the next verse answers it. So in the next verse, everyone thinks that he's answering the woman, but he's actually answering his disciples when he says, "But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel."
She was one of the lost sheep.
How did they not
Now,
know?
if that's
she-
true,
Yeah. Break this down. First question: How did all 12 disciples not know she's an Israelite?
because she comes from the land of Canaan. Is she wearing fringes?
Don't Israelites wear fringes?
Because she's a lost sheep.
Sorry, can I ask him something?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Brother, who is the children that in Mark's account it says he came to feed the children first? Who's that? Is the children all 12?
Is the children all 12?
All 12 tribes.
The Greeks in Galatians 3:28, it says the Jew first and also the Greek. It's talking about the Israelites like Cornelius, Israelites that don't know that they're Israelites. The ones that they were commissioned to go to first were the ones that knew that they were Israelites. The gathering of the disciples, they were all Israelites. They were all born in the Hebrew Israelite fashion. They were all circumcised.
I'll have to read the verse for context.
Okay. Mark chapter 7 and let's go to verse 26. Okay, well, let's just read it. It says, "The woman was a Greek, a Syro-Phoenician by nation." Doesn't say she's an Israelite for the record, but it says,
But she was an Israelite. It didn't say that Cornelius, Cornelius was referred to as a Gentile, right?
"And she besought him that he would cast forth the devil out of her daughter. But Jesus said unto her, Let the children first be filled."
Yeah.
You notice he said Jesus. They don't say Yahweh. I don't think they say Yahweh Shai. I mean, I got to get more proof on that.
Christ came to feed the children first. Is that all 12 tribes of Israel, right?
Yeah.
Okay, why did he say that to her when she's asking to be fed, and then he says, I can't, I'm here to feed the children first? Why would he say that if she's an Israelite?
Because he's testing her faith.
No, but he said he came to feed them.
Yeah, correct.
So why didn't he feed her
If you're
first?
noticing, he ain't saying that she ain't.
But
He
why
ain't
didn't
saying
feed
you
her
are none
first?
of us, go away.
It'd be like if
He's
you
just
know-
stating facts.
Okay, but brother, you're not answering. You're not understanding his question. She's coming to him to get fed, and he
Yeah.
says, "Hold on, let the children eat first."
Right.
Yeah.
And she got fed. Why did she get fed? Because she's an Israelite.
Okay, so that would be her, right?
Yes.
Okay, then why would he not just feed her? Why would he say, "Hold on, let the children eat first"?
He did feed her.
Okay.
Hey, got you, nigga. He did feed her. He questioned her and whatnot. Did he feed Herod?
I'm good. Listen.
God bless you, and long live the king. I guess.
Yeah, I know it sounds crazy.
No, bro, no. Oh my goodness. Nope.
Hey, long live the king is crazy.
All right. Nope, not doing it. God bless you. Saint, what's up, bro?
Listen, man. Hey, why ain't nobody coming up in for no smoke, man? Like what?
Well,
listen,
he just did, and you've seen this is the level
That's
of,
not-
you know.
You know that's not smoke. I'm just saying, like,
Hey, Saint, you agree there's gonna be slaves in the kingdom?
brothers be trying to cut me on Gentile salvation.
If you notice, this is a Genesis Clubhouse debate. Clubhouse that's the abyss right there. That place is a place of total madness. No, I better not catch nobody in GMS on the Clubhouse. Don't go in the clubhouse. The clubhouse is a hot mess.
Hold on, everybody break. Maybe that was just me, but can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you aside. Saint Rebel, his mic broke.
Heathen. Y'all don't see them as Israelites right there?
No, that's why they're called heathen. Justify the heathen through faith. That's not Israelites, but it's not calling heathens Israelites either. That's why they're called heathens.
Was persuaded thou me, man. All praises, brother. Y'all still in the old covenant, though. Y'all got to tighten that up.
Okay, well, listen, we'll start another room for the Old Covenant later. You can get a severe case of the beats over there on that. But for now, we stick with the subject. But no, it's all love, King. We got a few people. We got Chosen for these times. What's up, bro?
Yo, hey, it's no smoke with me. I agree with y'all, you know what I'm saying? However how long you feel like it took for you to get it, long, send the truth out. Hey, what's your opinion on Isaiah 55?
You said what? I could barely hear you. You said, what's my opinion on Isaiah what?
Isaiah 55, 1 through 5. And emphasize what you could just touch on, how it reads from 1 through 5 and compare to first. But I want you to touch on verse 55.
Isaiah 55, those who are thirsty, come. Let me read. Everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters. And he that hath no money, come and buy, eat. Come buy wine and milk without money and without price. You're going to get stuff for free. What stuff? Is this literal wine, literal milk? Let's see. Wherefore do you spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfies? What verse did you want me to specifically speak on, brother? So God talking about giving spiritual sustenance. So you're
verse 5, yeah,
right?
verse 5, yeah.
Okay. Behold, thou shalt call a nation that thou knowest not, and nations that knew not thee shall run unto thee because of the Lord your God, and for the Holy One of Israel, for he hath glorified you. Nations you do not know. These would have to be contextually, it looks like Gentiles. And they'll come running to us, or to the Most High through us, because the Most High glorified us, is what it appears to be saying. And when this will take place, probably, it sounds like what Micah says, the nations of the earth, or in Zechariah, they will grab the skirt of him as a Jew and say, we will go with you, for we have heard that the Lord is with you.
Yeah, that's why I just wanted your, how do you observe it? Because, I had a conversation with them and stuff like that, though, they, they see opposite or whatever. I just want to see how y'all saw it, since your paradigm changed.
I can't hear no more of this, man. There's a clubhouse. It's just complete madness in the clubhouse. Anyway, Shalom, on to the next. Can't listen to this.